Hey everyone, I'm Tara Taylor Quinn. I'm here to talk to you today about how to make a boho Christmas wall hanging. I'm all about Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of year. I've written a ton of Christmas books, I think 13 of them. But first I wanted to tell you just a little bit about my upcoming release. It's Her Best Friend's Baby. I realize the title is backwards, but you can see the cute picture. It is out at the end of December. And it is a Sierra's Web book, which is my new series. We've got 10 books coming out next year, 9 of which are Sierra's Web in Romantic Suspense and in Special Edition. And Sierra's Web is a firm of experts who were college best friends. And they bonded and they created this firm, experts in all these different fields. They solve crimes, they deal with family dilemmas. Anyway, so I hope you'll look at that series. There were 3 out in 2022, and then we've got another 9 coming out in 2023. So, on to the wall hanging. This is a boho wall hanging. The great thing about these wall hangings is that you can do whatever you want to do. There is no rules. There are no rules. There is nothing that's mandatory. There are so many different things you can do with these. So whatever you like to look at, that's the point of this. It's making something that you can hang on your wall that makes you happy, that you like to look at. What colors, what textures, anything you want to add to it. So I'm going to show you first before I start that. I'm going to show you one that I did just as an example. It might be that nobody else in the world is going to like this, and it doesn't matter because it's for me. So what this has on it, I'm going to bring it up close. I don't know if you can see, but there's these little butterflies, and they are in the shape of a heart. And it's clearer for me and when it's hanging on the wall. And then I tied mine on an old branch. And the thing about this is, this was a branch that came off of a tree that was in my mind, my daughter's baby jacaranda tree. And we lost the tree, but I saved the branch. And the heart is for the love I share with my daughter, how much I love her, and butterflies are her favorite thing. So to me, this hangs in my office, and this is just a super, super wonderful piece to me. It makes me feel so good every time I look at it. That's the basis behind my interest in the boho wall hangings. All right, so to get started, all you need is some kind of you saw I used a branch there. These are both on dowel rods that are just this skinny little dowel rod. You can use whatever size you want and whatever length you want. Again, no rules. You get to decide whatever fits your wall space that you're using it on. And then you need your texture. So there's all different things that you can use. On the one I just showed you of my daughter's, I used this extra thick, just cottony material, comes on spools. You can use thicker macrame cords. Here I used thinner macrame cords, and I actually used thicker white yarn. And then I used just this is a regular yarn, just regular Christmas yarn here in the center of this one. So then you've got the thicker cord and you've got the thinner cord. I'm using some red on the one that I'm showing you today. So you just kind of decide what you want. You can get this at Walmart, you go to Michael's, you know, any craft store, Myers would have it. Any craft store you go to, just pick out what makes you feel good and the colors that you want. Since I'm doing Christmas, today I'm doing all the red and green. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to decide the length that you want. Now, I don't know if you look here, I've got 2 different lengths going on. This one I did straight across. This one, I'll show you a little bit better in a minute, but this is on an angle. And I started out with different lengths, but for the one we're doing today, I chose my length, and I've got all of my things cut except one because I'm going to show you how I cut them. So I've got, what you're basically going to do is just look at your dowel rod and see how long you want it to hang. So, and leave a little bit of room for the knotting, but we'll go over that. So I have to cut one more of these because I've already measured. So I'm using a spool of macrame cord here. You can get it in spools. You can get it in smaller amounts, larger amounts. And I just very quickly measure and then cut. Now you're going to do that for however many you think you're going to need. You can always cut more if you need them. I usually just measure across because I'm kind of anal about it all. I measure how long it's going to be. So the first thing you do with your rod is decide what color you want it to be. These are green. Both of these are green because they're Christmas. You could do red, do gold, do silver, do white, whatever you want to do. Or if you're not using a rod, if you're using, like I did on that, it's just shellacked so that the wood stays good. So then you start, super easy, you just start threading. You double it over and you're going to thread it. And all you do there is you wrap that circle around and you pull it through. Make sure you start it out even, and you just pull it through. That's it. That's all there is to it. So that's what it looks like on that side. That's what it looks like on that side. You decide which side you want to look at. It doesn't really matter. It's completely up to you. And then you're going to decide how you want to, you know, what kind of pattern that you want. Do you want to do, so I'm going to play with it a little bit. And I'm putting this on. I'm going to pull it through. The one thing you want to do is make sure that you match them, which I was right the first time. You want to make sure that you pull them through the same way every time so that they look the same when you put them on. Let me show you here in a second. That screwed up. These things are really easy to work with. So if you mess up, it's not a mess up. It's so easy because you're not gluing or anything, and each one is individual. You just want to make sure that whichever side you're using, that it's the same when you tie those, when you do your loop around. So I'm going to separate these a little bit, and I want to bring in one of these. I kind of liked the red, green, and silver idea. So that's what I'm going with here. And you will see, I'm pulling this through. This is that thicker stuff that I used on my butterfly one. So now I have 3 of them on here. Now, eventually we're going to push everything together, but I like to fill up first and kind of decide what I want to do. Now I'm going to throw a red on the outside here. Again, that's all the time it takes. Now we've got a red, and I'm going to go ahead and put another red on the outside over here, just so that I can show you a little bit of how it all comes together, the different colors. So we see that. So you're going to do that. You're going to cut enough strands and do that all the way across. And you can see the way the different strands, how they hang, and if you like how they hang together. Some people just use macro. There's a bunch of this online that you can find. And some people just do one color of yarn all the way across. And they do all of their embellishing with the next step that we're going to right after I finish this little green thing. So I just wanted to give you the idea of how so you use all different colors and all different textures, all different thicknesses to give you a different look on it. It just adds to it. Now, once you do it all the way across, however long across you want it to go. Once you've got that done and you're satisfied, it's time to decorate. There's a million things you can do for decorations, and that's what makes this so fun. So I've pulled out just some of the things that I've used. These are musical instruments, little musical instruments. So you can hang them at random as you want to. You can use bells, little bells. On this one, I did the little bells. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get this close enough to you. I did the little bells, and they're in the shape of a Christmas tree. So it was really, really simple. You see, I used almost all of the same yarns I was just showing you. And then a Christmas tree. And then that's that one. You can do bigger things like Santa Clauses. Snowmen. There's all these cute little snowmen. And you can get these things, at any craft store in little packages. They're super inexpensive. Or, and see, you could just do random little snowmen on these things. If you want to go bigger, take like a Christmas tree ornament. Do Christmas tree ornaments on it. All you have to do is depending on what you're doing, you can glue them. You can tie them. On these ones, I actually used yarn. I just used yarn and I worked the yarn into my pattern as I did it. You can do little bows, cute little bows. These come with little ties in the back, and you get them at really, really inexpensively. You can buy them in packages like this. And all you would have to do is tie this around you just wrap this around on your thing, and there it is. So that one's really, really simple. Little presents, if you want to do flat, you can do flat and just glue them. Or you can do more like these. And again, these come in just little packages at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any place. And then you can just tie your yarn right through the back of that. You could do drums, do a whole thing of these. They come in all different little sizes of drums. So cute. All right. And then one other thing I want to show you is this other one right here. So this one is a little bit more intricate. I used a bunch of different things. These are yarns. These are real thick yarns that are out now. And then I actually macrame tied macrame cord around that. This is just macrame cord. This in the center, I macrameed little trees. So I did this whole macrame thing of trees that hangs in the center of it. So this one is a little bit more in depth. I used some sewing cording right there for that. So just to give you an idea of all of the different little things that you can do with it. The whole idea is make yourself happy. That's just what it's about. Make yourself happy. It's another feel good. Like reading the books is a feel good. These are supposed to be a feel good. So Merry Christmas, everyone.